Hello, and welcome to another devlog for the Song of the Fae. I looked very surprised then. So the Song of the Fae is a deck-building chess-like indie game that's in development by us, 2PM Studios, which means me and my friend Ricky in our spare time. This is another devlog. This is the January update, which means everything we did in January. I don't know what number this devlog is. I'll try and work that out and have that system so I can say it correctly next time. Anyway. So we've been hard at work on the new map system for the game, which was what the last devlog was about. If you haven't checked that out yet, that might be good context. And basically, I've continued that work. We're almost ready to ship that stuff. And yeah, I guess I'll just show you what we've been working on. I'll go through all the recent changes in this video and catch you guys up. Last time we saw the work I just started doing on the new map layer, which replaces the old map layer. So this is the new map, again, part 2, I suppose, of the devlog. We've done a lot of work. So you might be able to tell just visually that a lot has happened here in the time since I last recorded one of these. So we've got the same sort of setup where it's a grid of icons on here. They all mean different things, and you can pick a path through them, right? So what I've redone is all the UI surrounding all of this. So down here you can see it says select 4 more tiles. There's 4 blank spots, and I have 4 units. The 4 units are not related to the 4 blank spots. They're just for reference. If I pick a tile, this one, I've selected this tile. It has appeared down here. You can see this says select 3 more tiles. So we've got now it tells you what to do. It's a big improvement, I think, on any UIs if it can kind of push you towards doing the right thing. And if I pick 2 more, so they're showing up down there nicely with little animations. If I pick 1 more, there we go. So it's determined that this 4 encounter selection will be a combat encounter, hence this button appearing. You'll fight 5 enemies, it will be alright. You'll find 1 rewards, you'll find 1 units. So let's just have a look at what that does when I run through it now. Yep, so I hopped along the path. I found a unit, Atarash the Boring, who reacts when I hover over him. That's cool. I can accept that unit in my party, and then 1 unit gets 1 luck as a bonus. So you're already very lucky. You can have 4 luck. So there's some UI gore in the transition between those two there. I don't know if you saw it, but I can point it out when I edit this. And then, yeah, so game's basically as normal in these areas still. We haven't changed anything about the combat in a minute, actually. It's coming, we've been focused on the map layer, so the combat is just kind of solidly being what it is, but we will be back to working on this very soon once all these new map changes are done. So I'm going to just get out of this with the dev utility to escape. So you can see these buttons have also been redone, these fast finish escape things. So, yep, that's one kind of encounter. We also have the ability to go to the shop, for example, where you have $3 signs and a sword. It'll give you a shop overall. And you can see I'm continuing from where I left off before. So the goal of this new map format is to but complete squares so that you can get over here to fight the boss. So you can take whatever path you want, as circuitous or as direct as you like, and through whatever icons make sense to you, as long as they're in groups of 4. That's the only restriction. So it's really up to the player now to sort of auto-regulate the difficulty of the game, and that's something that I think is it's interesting from a design angle, and it's a big thing that our previous map design did not have in it. The player choice was really limited to pick this encounter or this encounter, and that's kind of boring, quite frankly. This lets you choose how the game is played in a way deeper way. That can have lots of positives and negatives, because it means that players now sort of they can end up playing in ways that might be non-optimal for fun, perhaps, because they want to cheese the game. But I'm sort of in the camp of players are smart, let them work out how they want to interact with a game. That's not the design philosophy of a lot of games, but I won't say too much about that at the moment. You can see in here another feature I wanted to just show off quickly, which is, so this is the trade-offer room, which we have seen before, but maybe not in a devlog, so I'll explain how these work too. You can take any unit from your lineup here, and if you want this unit in the cell, then you can swap one of these units for that. So this guy actually tells you that if you speak to him. Welcome, you're just in time for our special deal. This fine specimen of a unit can be yours, for a price, of course. Put your donations in the pit. So he's telling you to swap another unit for this one. Free of charge is quite funny, but because you do obviously dispose of one of them. But anyway, so this guy's a 4/6 merc with blood built. We have a blood blocked 5/7 merc. We have a vindictive 3/6 merc. I might just get rid of the archer. So we pick him up, put him in the pit. We have this guy now. Woo! Woo! He's in our party. We go. Ben from the future here. I didn't explain the thing I wanted to explain in that room at all, which was that shops and trade offers now have the button to let you leave them above the door immediately available. So you don't have to walk back out the door for these rooms where there's no combat. You can just click the button to leave immediately, which is what I did in this clip, and then didn't say anything. All right. This is the new title screen. If you've seen the game before or played it, you've probably seen the old title screen. You might not remember it. I don't even feel the need to show you, although I might like picture-in-picture the old one when I do this in editing. But yeah, I redesigned this quite a lot. We've redone all the buttons. So you got this play game, tutorial, options, credits, quit game. So options doesn't do anything apparently. Got to fix that. Tutorial does still take you to the tutorial. No, it doesn't though. Like, yeah, so everything's broken on the title screen. That's the other problem with it. Like, in this in the process of redesigning the map, we have completely broken the tutorial. So that's going to actually be what I'm working on. Oh, spoilers, today when I stream. Yeah, we don't have any of these things like wired up quite right now, but I like how the vibe of this whole thing works. I think it sets the scene a bit better. And I mean, you might be able to put it together just by looking at it, but I've been kind of like thinking a lot more about what kind of feeling the Song of the Fae is supposed to have as a game. Yeah, I redesigned this quite a lot. Previously, you were sort of inside in some kind of arena where you were playing this wizard chess game. And I've sort of been thinking about this more and more, and you're supposed to be in the Fae world where everything's magical and strange. And I just thought, why not have it that it's like they're having this wizard chess tournament in the middle of like an enchanted fairy forest instead of inside a sort of boring arena setting. So that was part of like there's a lot of things linked together here because we started working on the introductory story that like leads you into this screen when you first boot the game up. So I don't want to spoil like what that's going to contain in it because I think it'll be really cool to just like give you the visual experience of that everyone else is going to get when they play the game. But long story short, it will explain how you get here and it will explain a little bit about what's going on, but not very much. It's like a 20-second intro. And then, yeah, you might notice that, like, this is the boss from the game, and this is a boss from the game, and they're sitting here watching you play. This is, like, basically the metaphor the game has always been working in, but we've really struggled to express what it is, right? Like, these characters are coming down from this big table, and they're sitting down opposite you, and you're playing a game with them, and they're all watching, and they sub in and out, and that's what happens when you change biomes, right? And there are little touches that hint at here, and they're like, the enemy pieces are moved by a hand that is not your hand when you're playing. But we want to try and get it a bit more tightly wound in there, that you're sitting clearly opposite one of these people, like magical creatures. This giant ogre sitting on this little stool playing chess with you, and that's what you're doing in this game. I'm just going to play the game for a sec casually while I talk about what we're going to do next, basically in the next month of development. Because there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of moving parts right now. Like, you may have noticed we've practically torn up a whole layer of the game and started putting it back in place. And that's a lot of work for us because we only have so much time to put into the game when neither of us are full-time at the moment. And we're trying to, make a pretty ambitious project, all things considered. I'm going to die if I'm not careful here. Cool. So, yeah, you're dead now. Keep playing. We're basically like trying to get this loop to just be fun has been the goal for a while, and we've redesigned this map layer in service of being like, let's make one biome as much fun as possible to beat. And I think that past that, we want to just build, finish the swamp biome, finish the desert biome, have those linked together and we'll be able to play through them, right? And then from there, it's kind of just see what the game needs after that point. We need to do some, I guess there's a lot of like housekeeping type stuff to do in terms of just bringing everything into line consistently, which just takes time. And, we'll get there. Like, it does just take quite a lot of time. But the next thing I want to do is probably get the bare minimum stuff wired up so that the game is playable, right? Which is, we've got the board's working properly. We have transitioning between biomes working properly. I need to build the tutorial thing differently so that it can work again. And then once the tutorial is back in the game, I can push a build with this new map system up onto Steam, and I will, because I think that it's far more interesting to play this version of the game than what we were working with before. From that, we'll probably pivot back onto trying to finish the desert biome, like I was saying just before. And after that point, I don't want to commit to any plan because we really just need to like stand back and say, what does this game need? It may well be that what the game needs is more units, more enemies, more variety, and we just put stuff in it. It may be that the game needs mechanical adjustments and difficulty tuning. It may be that it's too easy or something, right? So yeah, lots of cool stuff planned, but new map layers coming along really nicely. I'm having a lot more fun playtesting the game now than I was for quite a while before. I can see sort of a vision of how it's coming together, which is really exciting after spending this long on the project. So I'm just gonna like, I guess, beat this encounter, but I'll probably stop talking now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.